This is Dr. Cairns. Welcome to week 3 of Managing Teams and Conflict. I'm smiling because I enjoyed your conversation and forum discussion with each other this week. It was really fun to see. Especially, I enjoyed one of the buried in the post there where Bridget said that perhaps Dr. Cairns was tricking you into thinking they were penguins when in fact they were baby birds or chicks. And I got to say that was good. You give me much too much credit, but perhaps I was. Who knows? Anyway, I enjoyed your interaction with each other, and I commend you for just commenting and interacting with each other as someone would say a post and then pose a question, and you come back and it stimulated further thinking and dialogue and discussion. And that's what the forum discussion is all about, a time for critical thinking and reflecting, and you can learn from each other and take it to another level. This was really, as you look at it, the heart of being an effective communication competency, or maybe perhaps lack thereof. Clearly some nonverbal and verbal communication going on, some disruptive behavior, some bad apples, as you've said, and then Rita, where she mentioned that perhaps it's poor communication results in the dismantling of a group. And clearly this group was unraveling, perhaps one member at a time. Maybe they should have voted them off the island instead of kicking them off the island. I enjoyed also BJ's observation, looking at it from the standpoint of, in an international perspective of culture, where in his culture in South Korea, where you have more individualism and collectivism, and perhaps that was taking place as well. So great observations, and I just really encourage you to continue with that. There's no necessarily right or wrong action, but there are things that obviously we need to be observant, and also an opportunity to explore being more effective in our communication, not only in the appropriateness of it, but also in the effectiveness of it as well. So congratulations. I enjoyed that as well. This week, you're going to have an opportunity to engage in a familiar passage, I'm sure, to most of you. Meaningless, meaningless. What's our labor really all result in? And it really dovetails nicely to Keller's writing, as well as this week's reading, where Keller talks about the dignity of work, and there are no throwaway jobs. That's one of my favorite things, that no matter what you're doing in life, it's preparatory for something else. And so your reflections reminded me of some of the early on jobs that I had in high school and college, where I was a dishwasher and I pumped gas on the New Jersey Turnpike, as well as I picked tomatoes and a variety of other things on a farm. Not very well, but the dishwasher, I was the number 2 dishwasher. I pride myself at that. The number 1 person, whenever he went on vacation, I got his shift. So even back then, I was looking at being excellent in my job and serving God in that capacity. So with that, I think about that aspect, and also with my interaction with other individuals as well, realizing that what they're doing perhaps is their service to God as well. So continue on in your reflections, and also keep copies of those as well. And with that in mind, I also would say keep Samuel in your prayers as he flies off to Ohio for a final interview. And we pray that if this is God's plan and purpose for his life, that this will happen, that this door is open that no man can shut. So we'll be praying on Samuel's behalf in that sense. Also, there's a lecture for chapters 4 and 5 that you can follow along. I don't want to give that away, so watch my lecture on that. And then also read my weekly chronicle for things, highlights for things to do this week, but also coming up in future weeks. And especially this week, are you going to work on the 12 Angry Men alone individually, or are you going to group up? Just to let me know. So with that, I have virtual office hours again every Tuesday. Got a chance to talk live to BJ, met his wife, got to pray for him, saw Rita. So just if you want to touch base face-to-face, feel free to do that. This week I have a little bit of a conflict, so we'll work around that, but I'll definitely get back to you as well if I can't take the call virtually at that time. So with that, have a blessed week. I may be forgetting something, but I just want to say have a great week, and I'll see you in the virtual classroom.